that they're pulling all of their human resources, developers, everybody into finishing Remake Part 3, getting that across the finish line, and taking a smaller chunk of that to keep working on Kingdom Hearts 4 so they can move that team. What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. Ray talking at you again. Here's some gaming news. I'm really excited about a couple of these things we're going to talk about real quick. Monday gaming news rumors roundup. So this will be a thing I'm going to do every Monday, just talking about the rumors from the past week into the weekend, all that kind of stuff, give my take on it. Well, once the dust has settled, what I think is maybe BS and what is legit or whatever. And I think these two are legit today. I'm really excited. Before I get started, smash the like button. Tell your folks, tell your friends, tell your mom and your dad, everybody who loves gaming news and content, especially Final Fantasy related RPGs, things like that. Help the channel grow. We grew a lot last week. Appreciate you all. My goal is 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I know it's lofty. I think we can get there though. So appreciate the hell out of all of you all helping me out. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start with Resident Evil 0. Now, we know for a while that Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 0 have been hand in hand as far as those are coming. Those are being developed, rumored to be developed. Nothing was known for sure, but rumored to be developed. And per a lot of sources over the past week or so, a lot of smoke to this fire. Apparently, Resident Evil 0 Remake and Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake are swapping places. It's rumored now that Resident Evil 0 is going to be releasing sometime Q1 2027. I think that's wild. I'm on Game Rant, but I've seen a lot of people sharing this article with me and talking, so I want to give my thoughts on it, give my take, and why I think this is legit based on what Capcom's done in the past. So, Aesthetic Gamer, aka Dust Golem, broke out with some stuff back earlier this summer about Code Veronica. That person dropped all this stuff originally, and they're a pretty reliable source. So what they're saying now is that the further we get into development, apparently things are going super smooth at Capcom. But here's the thing I wanted to focus on real quick, and this is why I think there might be some legitimacy to this. So if 0 and Code Veronica are switched and flipped, we know they've got lofty aspirations for Code Veronica. It's going to be some open world type stuff. There's going to be vehicular stuff. They're going full on AAA in-house in Capcom, not outsourcing out to somebody else. Now, Beyond Capture Studios is the one that's rumored to be overseeing the project for Resident Evil 0. Now, what does this sound like? This sounds like when they released Resident Evil 2, Capcom developed it, right? Resident Evil 4 Remake, Capcom developed that. Resident Evil 3 got outsourced, and we know the result of that. This feels like Capcom just wanting to remake all the Resident Evil games, but they're focusing on certain ones in-house. This tracks with what they did in the past. So Resident Evil, if this is true, Resident Evil 0 Remake likely getting the Resident Evil 3 treatment when they outsourced it to another company, and that didn't do so hot. Resident Evil 3 was an okay game, but it was not superior to the original Resident Evil 3, and we're going to get into that in tomorrow's video. Some things that came out from what Capcom has been saying about the old games compared to the new games, but anyway, that's a video for tomorrow. Today, we're talking about this. I think this is legit because it tracks with how Capcom's done business in the past. And the other part of this rumor is that, according to Dust Golem, Resident Evil 9, February 27th, 2026, we know this one already. We know that's going down. Code Veronica and 0 Remake flip-flopping would be right on track, because then we would get Resident Evil 0, Q1, 2027, and we would get the Code Veronica remake in 2028, which would give them another year to work on that game. And it sounds like they're going big with the Code Veronica remake, which that fits right in line with my aspirations. Code Veronica is a classic. Give it all the breathing room, and then whatever the 10th entry in the mainline story for Resident Evil would be 2029 sometime. So that gives Capcom a new Resident Evil title coming out every year. That's why I think this is legit. I think that's why there's a lot of legitimacy to this, and I'm happy to see this stuff coming out. So, the other big rumor is Final Fantasy IX Remake. Well, a lot of it's been hearsay from the beginning because they haven't officially said anything one way or the other. There were the Nvidia leaks, there was the animated series that just mysteriously disappeared. Like it was supposed to be shown at that French animation expo or whatever it was, like back in 2021 or whatever, and it just didn't show up. All mentions of it were just gone from the internet. Final Fantasy IX and everything around it right now has had this mysterious air around it, and I don't know what to make of it. I do know that game was in development in some form or another. Everything's gone silent on that. Even big leakers, people that know people at the company, everything. Like these people just got disappeared or something. Like things stopped coming out for this game. Now it's being reported that it's likely on ice. Now, I say pump the brakes on that, and I'm not trying to give anybody false hope or anything, but here's what I think about that rumor. I think it is currently on hold. So, here's the thing. Square Enix has roughly 4,500 to 5,000 people working for them at any given time, and we know they've got Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 coming out, Kingdom Hearts Part 4 is in development. We know, we've seen things. There's other games rumored to be or are in development. They're doing their 2D HD stuff. There's only so many slices of the pie as far as like an amount of employees to go around that you have to give to these projects. So I've theorized previously that they're pulling all of their human resources, developers, everybody into finishing Remake Part 3, getting that across the finish line, and taking a smaller chunk of that to keep working on Kingdom Hearts 4 so they can move that team from this to there when they're finishing the game up. It's Creative Business 1, so that's like their biggest team, one of their biggest teams. So I think that, and then the constant attention they need to give to Final Fantasy 14 and other games they're developing, I think they just keep kicking the can down the road on Final Fantasy IX Remake. That's why they haven't mentioned anything about it. Whether fans are talking about stuff or not, you know, it's not that they don't care. It's just that they can't pay attention to that right now. You got to get the business that you're in done. You have to get the things that are on the table done. Final Fantasy IX, pre-production, whatever was done with it, I think it's on hold. I don't think it's on indefinite hold. I think they plan to get back to it. It's a mainline Final Fantasy game that they want to remake. They know it'll do numbers. They know it'll do big numbers for them because it's still a niche audience. But they will get back to this. I don't know when, and I know the patience has run dry for Final Fantasy IX fans. I understand that. I get it. But I do believe they will get back to this. I don't think it's going to be on indefinite hold or they're going to scrap it. It's Final Fantasy IX, even if it was Final Fantasy VIII, you know, which is, you know, one of my least favorite. Or even if they were remaking Final Fantasy II or whatever, you know, it's a mainline Final Fantasy. If it's in their plans, they will get back to it. That's how I feel about it. Now, could they scrap it? Yeah, sure, anything could happen, but I don't think they will. I'm remaining optimistic on that. So, anyway, those are the two big rumors I want to talk about today. Appreciate you all checking out the video. Subscribe to the channel, throw a like on there, all that kind of good stuff. And until then, until later, you all have a great day. Be safe, be good to each other. Keep rocking. I will see you all in the next video or live stream. We're going to live stream tonight. You all take care.